Senator Ireti Kingibe, not officially or legally married to the Minister of the FCT, but for some reasons politically, they seem to be...
Please, I object, and I object again.
I overheard your colleagues call you the wife or the husband.
They didn't call me the wife. They call me Nyesom Wike. That does not mean a wife. Whatever it is, since Wike is a man and I cannot be his husband, I don't want to hear that, please.
But he's your good friend.
I would like to be his good friend, except that he's so lawless.
Oh, thank you, Senator.
If you are familiar with Abuja politics, you know that Nyesom Wike and Senator Ireti Kingibe, the senator representing Abuja, and Wike happens to be the minister, in quotes, the governor. So two of them have been having some kind of issues since they took over the office. So some people are saying that, does it mean that these people are just quarreling like husband and wife? So she exposed a lot of things. When we interviewed her, she exposed a lot of things that we don't some we know, few we don't know. She's saying that she has already told the president about everything that is happening. The president is paying a deaf ear. So she is trying to expose everything that has been happening between her and Wike. Wike is authoritative and bullying and autocratic and so monarchical, many things, trying to underrate her because she's a woman. Let us pay attention to this interview. It's very, very interesting. I bet you this interview will keep you at your toe. You will watch it to the end without even feeling, when it ends, you say, wow, she exposed a lot of things. So let me not let the cat out of the bag. Let us listen to her. If you've not subscribed to this channel, man, what are you waiting for? See you on the other side. At the end, we'll
as a
throw
husband
more
to the
light
minister, some
on
people
what
say she is
has
a
said.
wife to the minister. In the case of how their relationship, sometimes frosty, sometimes it's difficult.
God, always frosty because they've never met him. They've never spoken.
Physically, you've never.
Never.
What about what?
Except if he comes to a committee meeting in a crowd or something, but he and him speak, never.
Is it you problem or his problem?
His problem.
How?
Because he refuses. I've written to him many times. He's never responded. It doesn't matter. It does not change the fact that I still speak for the people. So it's the usual making up your own laws as opposed to working with the rule of law that you've met as a government official.
You should be close. And you are the legislature of the FCT and he is the executive in the FCT. Is there something personal between both?
Considering before he came here, I'd never met him. There can't be. It's just his governance style. I have no personal issues with him. I just think that when elections are over, we should all go into governance mode, and it shouldn't matter what parties anybody belongs to. There are rules that guide our behavior. But that's aside. We're here to talk about this curfew. The truth of the matter is, if INEC is fully prepared, the security forces are all in place, what is the need for this draconian measure? There's no need.
You call it draconian?
Yes, 22-hour curfew. From 8 p.m. to 6 p.m. tomorrow, 22 hours, just because we're having local government elections. I've lived here for a very long time. This is the first time any minister has ever found it necessary. So it makes us wonder why such a measure is necessary. There's nothing that preceded anything. There's been no security issues. Nothing. If there had been any cause, it's understandable. None. Even when there were protests, they didn't put in 22-hour curfew, not to talk about just local government elections in the capital where embassies all are, high commissions, ECOWAS secretariat. A lot of people who are also forbidden to move around because we're going to go to elections tomorrow morning.
Now, so there are two things. Whether or not the FCT minister has the power to impose curfew is one thing. The second is whether you agree with the extent at which is exercising his powers. But you do agree that the FCT minister has a power to impose
if there are security issues, the FCT minister cannot wake up and decide he picks a day and say nobody should move around in FCT without any explanation.
So you're against the preventive measure that a government, an authority within the city says to avoid any kind of violence or insecurity ahead of the election, so people can move freely. You are against such.
It's like
measure.
saying you're arresting me to prevent me from stealing in case I want to.
Is this a case of arrest?
No, because you are saying to prevent any kind of violence. FCT is not known for violence during elections. It's not our style. Show me how many of it you've seen. Maybe primaries, but definitely not any sort of elections.
Why are you accusing the minister of authoritarian tendency? Are you accusing the minister of deliberately undermining democracy?
Of course, it is clear. Every organization, even regular people, if you go on anywhere, you hear people complaining. People have sent me texts, ECOWAS parliamentarians, that, are you just having only local government elections? What's this? We go to other countries. He doesn't also understand. It makes us look bad. So many people are coming in here to say, oh, we can't move around. We have to say, what's going on? Oh, they're having local government elections. Have there been any problems? No. Have even during the campaign, fighting and quarreling? None. So there's no cause.
Have you tried reaching the office of the minister
He never
for
responds.
this purpose?
For this purpose, I can try, but don't bother anymore. All those letters, all the time he was telling you no rift, all the letters I wrote to him, did he respond to any? He is clearly, he doesn't want any checks and he doesn't even want advice. Forget checks and balances. I'm not the only person complaining. CSOs, you will see all the complaints. Everybody is telling me, Madam, what's going on? I said they should ask the minister. We've never had elections where, even general elections, national elections, they've never imposed curfews on us. Not, I wonder what's going to happen in 2027. If for this small little election, we're having 22 hours. So what does that mean? Nobody can move from 8 p.m., even if the elections do not, all night long, till tomorrow, all day tomorrow. People are going to go and vote. And he says it's a 22-hour curfew. Why is that necessary?
Most appropriate thing to do.
How is it? Why has it not been appropriate all these times and we've been having peaceful elections? Why is in his case he anticipates all this violence? Tell me.
I mean,
maybe there's something he knows.
If you were in the minister's shoes, how many hours coffee would you impose?
I would do what the norm, which is 7 a.m. to 3, which is when the elections are actually taking place. After 3 p.m., elections are still being collated, but people move around. That's been the norm always for every election, almost everywhere in this country. Why is this election different?
What do you suspect is going on?
I have no suspicions, but I suppose if I'm a minister and I'm planning serious nefarious activities, I would want everybody off the road.
And he needed that to...
Obviously, if he doesn't need it.
If your suspicion is maybe he had nefarious activities to conduct, he needed everyone off the road to
obviously,
be able to do that.
Because INEC says there's no problem. We followed the materials. They've all gone to where they're supposed to go. No hitches. The security agencies are all prepared. No problems. Then,
so your grouse is overaction.
It's not overaction. Unnecessary and unfair to the people and residents of this FCT.
Are you agitated because you're in the opposition?
No.
And
even if I was APC, an APC senator, I would still say this is wrong. It is not fair on the people of the Federal Capital Territory.
The Electoral Act may be silent on movement restrictions, but security agencies routinely impose them during elections.
While the election is taking place, not the day before. They routinely impose them when the election is taking place. But this is the first time it's being imposed hours before the election.
Are you saying the minister lacks the legal authority entirely, or that he failed in consultational process?
Both. I don't think that the minister can get up and for no reason. So once this passes, the next time the minister feels like it, he'll say, well, this Saturday and Friday, we've decided you cannot move around.
You think it's illegal?
It's not totally illegal if there's cause. There's no cause.
But what about if intelligence report advises so?
Which intelligence report? There's been no cause. Nobody's quarreled.
Maybe that you're not privy to. As the FCT minister, maybe he has security reports and briefings to the extent that for this election to happen.
Then he should have done due consultations with stakeholders. There are people in this place. He could have called all the party leaders. He could call lots of people to say, look, there's going to be a problem. We envision this. And for this reason, this, that, everybody will go back.
You've called for immediate suspension of the curfew. If security deteriorates, who bears the responsibility?
Well, there's no, unless he's planning it, there should be no reason. There are no indicators. If nobody wakes up and imposes curfew on any community when the people are peacefully going about their business. That's my point. If there were pockets of violence or anything, I can understand. There has been none. That I can categorically say. Yesterday, thousands of people in this town, hundreds of them, nobody fought anybody. He did not impose a curfew to that. It's today when everybody's peacefully going about their business, he says, don't move around after 8. Well, we're watching. Whatever the case, all this only, it only makes the people more upset with the government. Because, I'm sorry, this is not the way we expect to be governed democratically. If there's reason, people are protesting, people are quarreling, people are fighting, yes, we would all support the minister. But for no reason, absolutely not.
Dictatorship, authoritarian, those are the words that you have used to describe the minister of the FCT. Yes. And that those who will imagine that, what if he had consulted security agencies and they have decided on this? Have you tried as much as possible to reach out? If you say reaching out to him has not ever yielded any result, say based on your past or the antecedent or your relationship with the frosty one with the minister, have you tried to reach out to any of the security
minister
agencies?
And I have only ever interacted. There have been things I've come to either your channel, your television station, or Arise and said the minister should do A, B, C, or D. Does them after he hears me there. But most ministers, regardless of who, because FCT is unique, it does not have a governor. The 3 elected members, are the representatives of the people. We are the only ones the people have, and I am the highest one. Every single minister, regardless of his personal feelings, have always had meetings with them every month to hear what the people need, what they want, what they think, what they feel. This is the only government that's never, ever done so. But that notwithstanding, the people still have some rights. Every person you talk to, my phone is full of complaints. And my attitude is, is the usual style of the minister.
So, I'm imagining that the other members of the National Assembly representing the FCT, they also have their own views about the decision of the minister. Have you consulted with them?
No.
You don't know what they're thinking?
I don't know what they're thinking.
You don't
One just decamped to APC, who's decided that what the minister has to offer is more important. The other one was already in APC. Most of the time, they are mute. They don't express any opinion of any kind.
You don't think that they may be in the majority?
They may be, but I'm still the highest elected person. They may be. The people reached out to me, and I can show you. You will see all the protests everywhere, all the complaints, rather than protests, but complaints everywhere. The truth is that this whole curfew is a great inconvenience to the people of the FCT. Without cause, it is.
Do you even have the phone number of the FCT minister?
Of course I do, and he has my number too.
You sure you have the right number?
I know I have the right number. I have called him before. He didn't answer, and I kept calling and calling till he picked up the phone. I do have the number. And then he proceeded to yell at me. We yelled at each other for a few minutes, and we put the phone down. Then the Senate president now intervened and did a 3-way call, and we resolved the issue, because for me, that issue was urgent. And that's why I called him. And I was determined that he was going to pick it up. I said, are you in your office? Let me come and see you. He said, no, don't come here. That was the conversation, as if I was going to harm him.
I mean, could it be that, I mean, you're, and I'm imagining maybe this could work. You are older.
So?
And maybe, I'm just imagining, maybe there is a soft landing in all of this matter, and a way I make it. Maybe I could even help to resolve the matter between both of you. So because he sits right in the same chair you were sitting right here. If he was on this program, maybe as the elderly one, you might also find some wise way of working things around. If you have your younger fellow working in the same jurisdiction who is not willing to shift grounds, maybe there might be a way you could walk around. Let's assume that the minister is your younger brother.
If the union minister was my younger brother, I assure
it's for the sake of the FCT people.
He wouldn't
anyway.
He wouldn't behave this way. See, I am only about governance. Where you can see the letters I have written to the minister, all of them telling him I'm willing to work with him. The minister is not willing to work with anybody. Not willing to work with FCDA people. He's not willing to work with the mandate secretary. Not willing to work with anybody. The minister thinks governance is about what he alone thinks and what he alone wants. Unfortunately, even if you were to resolve even this issue with the minister, and he says, okay, no more curfew, he's going to next day, he will not consult anybody about, he will not ask FCDA, this thing, why is it that like that? Why can I not do this? For them to explain to him, no, you can't do this for this reason, for this reason, for this reason. So because he's not consulting anybody, he does as he wants.
Have you reached out to the president?
I have written to him too.
Because the president is the actual governor of
Exactly,
FCT.
and I have written him a few letters, also no response.
Maybe you are the problem here.
Yes, maybe I am.
Because if the president is not responding to you, if the FCT minister is not responding to you, maybe you are the problem. I'm just imagining.
Let me tell you, Sheon. Obviously, we are dealing with governance that believes that the only people that should matter are those elected under their platform. If you're not, it doesn't matter. The truth is that I do represent the people of the Federal Capital Territory. I am the most accessible person to them. If there's a problem, I have a file this big from the people of the FCT. I titled it, FCT Honorable Minister Wike, in case an opportunity ever comes for me to say, this is what the people of the FCT, in 3 years, that opportunity has never come.
If you saw him right now, what would you be telling him?
I would tell him that you need to work with the representatives of the people. These are the needs of the people. And regardless of everything that's happening tomorrow, I expect tomorrow is not, you will see the turnout. This is only a local government election, and 1.3 million voters went to collect their cards. It shows that FCT people, for them, this local government election is personal. The truth is most people are pathetical about local government. It's only during national elections that they actually register this much. In the last national election, they didn't even register this much. So you will find out whether what I have been saying, that the people of FCT are not pleased. The president has been my friend for 40 years. I have no reason to work against him. I want what is best for the people of the Federal Capital Territory.
But you are not working with him.
I try to, but I can only work with him in as much as the interests of the people are protected.
Maybe joining his political party.
That will never happen, sir.
Really?
No, it will not.
Well, you have a family relationship.
Yes, I do. Yeah. And I am one of the founders of APC in FCT.
What happened?
I believe in governance that is about the rule of law. FCT, APC has not been about the rule of law. The current chairman is running for his 4th term, where the law says only twice. So there are many, many issues that made me decide that this obviously does not align with my political views, in spite of the fact that we built lots of people that are with me also were in APC with me. It's not personal. It's about governance and about people.
You and your stand, you're one of the 15 lawmakers, and I hope that my producer can bring the faces of those of you who voted against the version of the Electoral Act, Section 60 sub 3, that was passed. Senator Iyenaya Baribe, yourself, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, Senator Victor Ume, and quite a number of you, 15 of you, 55 voted for this version that was passed in the electronic transmission, and the proviso that a lot of people seem not to have agreed with. And I said I was going to show the faces of those of you who the legislature
Correction.
in the...
No. What we voted for was that, see, what was brought to us originally said electronic transmission only, without proviso. What we were voting for was that the proviso should be removed. We wanted the proviso.
You voted against the proviso. You wanted it to be explicit, transmitted electronically, real time, and as much as simultaneously with an IRF should also be recognized.
Exactly.
Those are the positions.
Those were our positions. We were voting for the proviso to be removed or kept. We wanted the proviso removed, and the proviso was that when there's no internet, the Forms EC8A should be used to collect the results. We felt that there is internet everywhere. There's no place you go to that there's no POS. So, and if you listen, even then in 2023, Mahmoud said on BBC, I can send it to you, that 97% of this country is covered. So there's no reason. And the way the BVACs work, when you press send, even if it doesn't go at that time, when you go to, it's like an SMS, it will show the time it was sent and it will go. So there's no reason for the proviso, in our opinion. But as you say, the majority will have their way, but the minority will have their say. And we did have our say.
What is the grounds? Why? It's democracy. And like you said, majority will have their way, minority will have your say. But why do you, is there a lack of understanding of this principle that makes you to agitate about this?
Which one? The
fact that majority voted.
For 2 years, the Electoral Committee, both houses, working with INEC, working with many CSOs like PLAC, Yaga, Africa, all of us. For 2 years, we worked and came up with the version we brought, which was the votes shall be transmitted electronically, no proviso. So we also had public hearings all over the country. That was the wish of the people. And that was our objection, was that this matter had been thoroughly examined for 2 years by every zone, the 2 committees, everywhere we have looked at it. And this is what they came up with. Now, why we want to take it back to practically the way it was in 2022, we didn't agree. I certainly didn't agree.
Were you frustrated?
A little bit, yes. I was frustrated because I feel that we can be so much more. We're supposed to be the giant of Africa, yet we lag behind in everything. I have been in Ghana once. When I went, they were having elections. I wasn't even a Ghanaian. I could move around. I observed the elections, everything. So when little countries can do so much more and we don't, it shows a lack of political will, not that we cannot. And that's why, what frustrates me.
That's why you joined the ADC, and you and your friends in the ADC want the Tinubu government and the APC out by all means.
Because we will keep trying. I'm not saying necessarily that I guarantee that the next government is going to be better if it's not the Tinubu government. But the human spirit, when it's displeased with what it has, always tries to improve on it by looking for something else, and will always keep trying until it gets it right. And that is really the main reason I'm here. There's some days I'm frustrated enough to say, you know what, forget this place. But it's the only country we've got. I carry only one passport, and I would like my children to live in this country and be proud Nigerians, rather than ones that were always being bad-mouthed from everywhere. And really, we can be so much more.